welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss numerology number 2. So we're going to discuss like the psychic number slash nature number of the 2, which is of course lunar energy. So we've gone over some of these numbers I know from before, but with the Chaldean numerology, it does bring a very big difference in regards to how they're defined and how they actually affect you. So to give a little bit of a review from the last video, the numbers that you have as your birth numbers actually do affect, like what they say, your psychic, so your psyche, and it affects your health as well, because your mind actually does affect your body's constitution. So it's going to affect things like your health, the way people will perceive you, sort of like your aura as well, and kind of what naturally will come to you. So the birth number, like I said before in another video, is very, very important. And in Chaldean numerology, it's actually considered more important than the life path because it affects you from the age when you're born to all the way to like 35. It still stays with you, but then after that point, your life path number does take more precedent as well. That's why a lot of people have midlife crises and so forth. So to get right into this, I had to take some notes on this one just because there is a lot to go over. The number 2 is considered the moon, which is the opposite of number 1. The moon reflects the sun's rays onto the earth, which brings life, which is the male and the female. So it's very important because a lot of people do underestimate the 2 and just say it's just the helper, just the background, just the peacemaker, which is not true. The moon actually brings forth what we call negative ions that actually convert the sun's positive ions to convert life on the planet that we know. Without the moon, we wouldn't be alive. Without the sun, we wouldn't be alive. They're both equal. That's the thing. So we're not, one is better than the other. The masculine is not more stronger than the feminine, and the feminine is not stronger than the masculine. So if you're born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, and the 29th, you are affected by this constitution of the lunar energy of the moon. But there are some differences, of course, because if you're a compound number, you will have a little bit of different traits as well. So the basic ones to go over first is like if you're born on the 2nd, you're going to be naturally a diplomatic person, very understanding, very cooperative, somebody who likes to harmonize and bring people together. You're very into family and friends. And these are all very, very good traits to have. My only warning for you would be to not really get walked over, to watch out during full moons and new moons, and exactly about 4 days after the full moon, just be very careful with any emotional decision you're making, just because they always say that people act weird during a full moon. A lot of people that are affected by the number 2 will be affected by it in a very peculiar way. And what that means is that some people that are affected by the number 2 may get very, very energized. Like I'm born the 25th, and I get kind of energized when full moons come around. But I also have Ketu as my governing planet, which is a whole other story. But if you're born on the 2nd, you may either feel like weird, maybe uncomfortable, maybe emotionally volatile, just meaning like you're getting the waxes and waxes of the moon, meaning you're just feeling like up 1 minute and then down the next. And these are things that are completely natural. You just have to learn how to control it, and you'll actually have a very easy time with your energy. That's a lot easier said than done, but it's true. With the 11th now, this is a master number that we know. This is it has a lot of interesting symbolisms with tarot card readings as well, and the Chaldeans seem to have been the originators of tarot cards and so forth. So this brings a lot of enlightenment on that. It's like a woman holding a lion muzzled, and the thing with that is the 11 has so much energy because it has the energy of the sun and the moon. So when you have all that energy wrapped up into one person, especially in their psyche, they have all the masculine traits of the sun. They want to take charge, want to take control. It's double sun, but the base of them has the number 2, which is going to be wanting peace, wanting to harmonize, naturally good at being a leader as well. So if you have the master number 11, my warning to you is watch out for treachery from others, because inevitably you will get it. The 11 does try to teach us that lesson. And the next thing you need to watch out for is just simply being too nice. People might perceive you as being weak if you're too nice to them. Unfortunately, you guys are very, very mentally good. If you have this birth number, you're generally a good person. There's no in-betweens though. If you're either going to be a very good person for 1 the 11th or very bad. It's completely your choice. With the 20th, you get the 2, which is amplified by the 0, and that just means nothingness, so that just amplifies the 2 altogether. Sorry guys. So what that means essentially is that you have somebody like sort of like a Hitler type, where they have that number that affects them, and either you're going to be a very dynamic leader or a dictator, and it would just depend on where your aspirations lie. The last one at the 29th, this generally is like another master number 11, but it has the number 2, which is moon, number 9, which is Mars. They're enemy planets. adds up to 11, which is the sun. And this mix is considered not good by the yogis back in those times. They said that people born this time need to be put under special care. They need to be more so shown that they actually have love, especially in the home, just because they tend to be very rebellious, but they're very, very good in business. Out of all the number two numbers, I would say the 29th is the best one for business, even though they're very, very ruthless and sort of they like war a lot because of the influence of Mars on them. They have the master number 11 energy, but it takes a little more of a negative twist. So to give some final notes though, if you're born on these days, your lucky days will be more so Monday. You want to look out for things such as venereal diseases if you're a woman, seminal diseases if you're a man. So the way to do that is just to have like maybe detoxes each month. The reason for this is because the moon governs the water, and anything to do with the water in or around you is going to affect you in a very, very strange way. And it could either be good or be bad. I'd recommend drinking a lot of water if you're born on any of those dates. I'd also recommend just making sure you take good care of yourself in regards to like blood circulation. I mean, just in regards to where you live. And if you live next to water, it's even better. You're going to have a lot better results. But I already know with our economy, it all depends what your age is and where you are in your life. But those are the basic tenets of the number two in a very nutshell sort of way. The Chaldeans seem to view it as you don't really have a choice of the decisions that you make. Your birth number is going to make those sort of decisions for you until your life path takes precedent later on after you're 35. In Western numerology, we consider it more that this is just more of a cheat code. It's more something that you just see that there's energy moving through you and this is how to manipulate it. Chaldeans are pretty much just telling you that this is how it is. This is the health benefits you're going to have. This is the health risks you have. This is the good days you're going to have, and etc. Speaking of days, the days that are going to be good luck for you guys is going to be, of course, like the 2nd, 11th, 20th, 29th. Other good days will be 7th, 16th, 25th as well, just because that represents Ketu, which is the south node of the moon. When you get that, we're going to get into the number 7 very later on. You'll understand why, but it's just anything related to the water, anything related to the number 2, you will have better luck with it. If you're born on the 11th or the 29th in particular, you also will have good luck on 1 days as well and on 4 days. Any days that add up to number 1 or 4 will still be very, very good for you. Those are days you want to start businesses, and those are days you want to actually introduce relationships as well. The only thing that I'll give you guys a warning of if you're born the number 2 as a last note is marriage. With the day you're married actually holds a very big precedent on the energy that your marriage is going to have. So if you want to have an ideal relationship, the number 2 is a good day for any numerology number to actually just get married on. So whether you're a life path 7, 8, 9, whatever, you can get married on any day that's number 2 because it represents peace and that sort of friendship and coming together. So it represents very good harmony. But that is all I have to really say on the number 2. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, just please let me know in the comments. Aside from that, guys, please like, subscribe. All of it. That's it for today, guys. Peace.